Hello, everyone, and welcome to the Global Online Women in AI Summit 2020. I'm really happy to be part of this event this year. So I would like first to thank you for having us on board, and I would like to introduce myself. I am Fouzia Adjailia, a PhD student at the Technical University of Košice in Slovak Republic, co-founder of the National Academy of Innovation and Creativity. Um, Also, currently, I'm working as an ambassador for Women in AI in Algeria, and in today's session, we will shall discuss the challenges and opportunities arising for embracing artificial intelligence in research and address ways to ensure the quality of research in my country, Algeria. I would like to welcome. Today we'll have two speakers. The first one will be Yasmine Lala Bouali. She's 23 years old, woman from the city of Skikda. She's a master's student. She got her bachelor's degree in computer science, and right now She's a co-founder and vice president of the first information technology scientific club in the University of Skikda, and also co-founder of the first AI center in Algeria, the Skikda Artificial Intelligence Laboratory, where she's active member and a team manager. So welcome Yasamin on board with us, and the floor is all yours.
So my name is Yasmine Bouali, and I'm here today to talk to you about SKAILAB. So SKAILAB stands for Skikda Artificial Intelligence Laboratory. It is the first AI center in Algeria, located in the University of Skikda. We officially launched it in February 2020. It includes a high-power computing cluster with a computing power of more than 11 teraflops, which is 100% dedicated to artificial intelligence. How it all started. So the whole study started when we organized with my team. So I'm the vice president of Skikda iTech Club, and we collaborated with another club from our university, which is Captech. We organized a bootcamp in December 2019, where we had international speakers. Actually, they were Algerians living and working in foreign countries. We had Dr. Farouk Day, who is the vice president of Johns Hopkins University in the US, and the need to create a center or lab for them to be able to develop their projects locally. So this is how it all started. We are a total of 5 PhD and Master 2 students working in collaboration with local teachers and engineers, and also international teachers who are also two co-founders of SKAILAB, Dr. Morad Bouash and Dr. Mohamed Snoussi. The main goals of SKAILAB are, first of all, to build a local AI laboratory for students and researchers. We believe that this will promote AI in Skikda, but also in Algeria, and encourage people to specialize in this field. Actually, the teachers are training students, myself and four of my teammates, to become future data scientists and AI specialists. We aim also to tackle university problems using AI solutions. And one important goal that we have is to solve the problems of the city of Skikda using AI tools. This point, I will talk about it later because it's actually one of our main projects we are working on. We just started, so I'm going to give details about it later. We also have a vision of, we believe that the university should be collaborating with the industry and directly with companies. So we are in negotiation with Sonatrach, which is the national fuel and gas company here in Algeria. And we are also talking to different companies to create partnerships. We started, when I say we, I'm talking about myself and for my teammates, so the students team. We started to follow the Intel AI Developer Program. So we collaborated with Intel for that, and the lectures were given by Dr. Morad Bouache, who is our co-founder, but also we had lectures from different specialists. We started this in February 2020 and covered so many fields like anomaly detection, as you can see, natural language processing also. We had, most of the courses were held by Dr. Morad Bouache, who is working in Yahoo. We had also a lecture from Dr. Imene Abdawi, who is an AI specialist working in Airbus in Toulouse in France. We also had a lecture with an AI manager and Intel expert. Her name is Munara. The lecture was about an Intel tool for AI inference, which is named OpenVINO. And also one of our co-founders, Dr. Mohamed Snoussi, who is a specialist he's working in France. He's a specialist in self-driving cars. So he introduced us and taught us embedded intelligence. We just finished the lectures in August 2020, and we had the certificate yesterday, so I'm really proud and happy about that. We had the certificate of completion from Intel. We thank them, by the way, for their collaboration. The projects, it's time I talk to you about the projects. We started working on real projects on May 2020. We started with, I can say this was a test project, so it was a hybrid approach for emotion recognition. We did this on the cluster because we used video classification, and it was like a best test to test cluster performances. Second thing we are actually working on is detection and classification of lung diseases. We just started this one in collaboration with medical staff from California and always Dr. Morad Bouache also. So this project was inspired by COVID-19, but we are aiming to detect and classify all kinds of lung diseases. We just started, so we are still in the beginning of the project, but we are really motivated for this one. A third project which I think is the main one, it is actually the most important for me because it is inspired by the city of Skikda. And this is what I told you a few minutes ago. This is to solve one of the biggest problems here in Skikda in Algeria, which is air pollution. So we want to develop a system to monitor and reduce air pollution. I'm going to tell you why. So Skikda is a small city of Algeria. It is known for its beautiful beaches, and yeah, as you can see, it is a happy place, and really it has beautiful beaches and endless beaches. The main problem of Skikda is that we have here one of the biggest industrial poles in Algeria. It is from the company Sonatrach, which I told you is the national company for fuel and gas here. The industrial pole is causing so much air pollution that we breathe every day. These are also pictures from Skikda. So as you can see, we have a big problem of air pollution. What you're seeing here is 24 hours a day, 7 days a week. So we are breathing it, and it's killing Skikda. People here call it the cancer of Skikda, so it's really killing us. We noticed the need to at least reduce it or control it, manage it somehow. We know that we cannot erase the company or remove it from the city, but we aim to be able to with AI tools to manage and find solutions for this big problem. We want to use machine learning, robotics, drones, and IoTs as we know, it can achieve better monitoring, understanding, and prevention of damage on air. We also know that we also know that that AI can provide tools to better monitor air pollution and reduce it. And we are really hopeful for this. We hope that we will be able to develop it soon because it's really an urgent problem and we cannot wait no more. We are actively working on, actually, we just started. We are working on the data set because it's not yet available. We are trying to collect a data set from the city of Skikda with these kind of photos. So yeah, we just started and we hope to be able to develop something that works really soon. You can follow us on Facebook. Actually, this concludes my presentation. You can follow us on Facebook. You can contact us for partnerships or collaboration. We are open and to keep updated. So thank you, everyone. I'm open for the Q&A session.
Thank you so much, Yasmine, for your great presentation. Maybe I would like to have some questions regarding your center. Okay, so you mentioned that like what are the opportunities that it's opening for people when it comes to your center, and if there's any requirements to be part of that center?
Actually, we didn't start to include people yet because the first phase of the project was about managing the cluster and installing everything needed in it. So now we just started the projects and we are working for people that are interested in these projects for first time. And then we will see with the university to find a way for people to apply and be able to join for their personal projects.
And can you tell us what are the things that your center offers, like about the equipment and about what does make your center different? I know that it's the first one of its kind in Algeria, but what are the things that your center offers for the people?
Yeah, sure. So the main thing we offer is the material. So we have a high power computing cluster, which is very performant. It is one of the most important things to have to develop an AI project because most of AI projects require a huge computational power. And the second thing is that we will offer soon a series of lectures as we students learned it from our teachers. We will in our tour teach it to future students who want to be part of the center. So this is material plus an AI program.
That's perfect. How are you trying to tackle the problem of air pollution in Skikda by using artificial intelligence? What the approaches that you are using in order to solve this problem?
Yeah, so the first approach we are trying to build is to use images. We know we saw a similar project in India actually, where students used images from, like the one I showed you, from smoke and polluted skies that they used for calculating the level of air pollution. So we are trying as a first step to develop something similar, and we will use IoTs for the future to detect and really to be able to manage it.
So you are calculating the pollution level in the air by using computer vision?
Yeah.
Am I right? Yeah. And how are you trying to solve actually the problem of pollution using AI?
Actually, the project is at its beginning, so we are still collecting the data set and dealing with the pictures. We want to create a collaboration with Sonatrach so that they can help us doing this. And yeah, for now we are still in the dataset phase, which takes a little bit of time. We need to collect as much data as we can and First of all, we want to be able to detect and to calculate the level of air pollution. And after that, we will see with Sonatrach what are the possible solutions to reduce it.
Uh-huh, that's perfect. You also mentioned that the university have some problems. So can you please walk us through some of the problems that the Algerian university faces nowadays regarding using artificial intelligence, especially in research?
The first thing we noticed in the university, I mean, it's the way of affecting fields to students. This is, I think, the main problem here in Algeria. Most of students told us that they didn't like the field that they are studying, so we are trying to develop a program to be able to predict the most suitable field for students based on their interests, of course, but also on their notes and their exam, bachelor degrees, exam notes, interests. That's the first thing that we are trying to address. And a second thing for researchers, we are trying to create an environment for like a suitable environment for them to be able to connect with the industry and not only developing projects on the lab, but really getting into the, how can I say it, the socioeconomic background, to create a
Mm-hmm.
link between the university and the socioeconomic background. This is one of the goals. And yeah, I think that's it.
Great. You spoke right now about the motivation. So, as a lady in the field of artificial intelligence, do you see that the women are more likely to go into this field, or do they lack motivation, or what is exactly your opinion about embracing women in the field of artificial intelligence?
I absolutely think that women are perfect for the AI field. As a master two students, I noticed something. I always hear people say that there is more men than women in information technology and computer science fields. But what I noticed is that, in my group, I mean in my class group, we have like 4 or 5 men. We are 90% women and only like 10% men. So I also know a lot of my classmates who are interested in AI and who are already working in AI fields. So I absolutely think that it is a, how can I say it? It is really a good field to specialize in for women.
Oh, that's a great news to hear.
Yeah.
Okay. Um, One more last question, Yasmine, is that what is your vision after 5 years?
My vision about what?
As a co-founder of this center, and also on a on a personal level, when you are you willing to pursue your career more in the field of artificial intelligence?
Yeah, I am, yeah. So I discovered my passion for AI actually in my third year. So when I did my license project, I noticed that I was really passionate about it and I didn't want to do anything else except AI. I really want to pursue, even though no, sorry, even though everyone told me that there's no AI in Algeria and you won't be able to find work here in Algeria in the field you like, but I didn't want to hear to people, and I really pursue my passion. So that's why actually we created the SKAILAB. This is one of the reasons we wanted to create to start something in AI here in Algeria and hope and fortunately, we have a similar movement in some other Algerian universities. We have been contacted by the University of Betna, who is another city of Skikda, also the University of Constantine, Algiers, Sidi Bel Abbas, and many other universities who want to create the same thing as we did here in Skikda. So yeah, the movement is just starting, and we believe that it will increase quickly and allow future students to specialize, to not allow but encourage them to specialize in these fields and not be afraid of it.
I see. So you're you're aiming to, or your goals are to be involved in this center for at least 5 years, right?
Of course, yeah.
That's perfect. So thank you so much, Yasmine, for your time. It was really nice
You're
discussing with you. Right now, if you would like to maybe welcome the second speaker,
okay.
Iman. Thank you again, Yasmine, and have a great day.
Thanks for you. Bye.
Yeah, bye bye.
Thank
Hello,
you.
Iman.
Hi.
Um, so I'm great, thank you. So our second humble speaker is Imene. Imene, she's a bioinformatics PhD student interested in the use of artificial intelligence and mainly deep learning to explore and extract valuable knowledge from omic data and crucial diseases at a time cancer. So welcome again, Iman. It was really nice. It is really nice having you here with us. And you can like the floor is all yours, and you can start with your presentation, please.
Thank you, Fouzia. Thank you for giving me this chance to be a part of such a great event. Well, I'll try to share first I try to share my presentation. Well, first of all, Fouzia took the part of presenting me. Today we are going to talk about the origin of AI in research. Well, what is it we need to be an AI researcher? How we do AI research, the opportunities and the challenges. Well, first of all, asking what is a research? Taking the definition of the Cambridge Dictionary, a detailed research is a detailed study of a subject, especially in order to discover new information or reach a new understanding. So, why research? It is a source of evolution, discovering, and improvement. Well, when we do research, we can assure the development of our society and responding to the needs of humans. So, now moving to how to do research. Well, to do research, we need to have a deep observation of the world, to know how to ask questions, collect data and information, receive knowledge and different knowledge. This collection of data, I will redo this slide. Well, how to do research, we need to have our own way to observe the world. We need to see how the world acts, how the environment acts, and sort by asking questions. This question asked may help us in collect what we need as data, information, and receive different knowledge. So by receiving this different information and knowledges and set of questions, we can make our own assumptions and create methods, also to make experiments. After, we go by testing, comparison, and make report to bring back our work to reality. So, what is a researcher really need? A researcher really need to be passionate. In order to do research, you need to have the love of research and exploration. You need to have ambitions that urge of fulfilling goals and objectives. Also, we need to have that curiosity and also want to know more and ask and about all other possible related subjects. Also, you need to be patient. Actually, to do research is not a really easy task. Sometimes it is tend to be really exhausting, and mainly it takes time to reach our goal. So we need to be patient in order to reach. And as I always have this quote, if you want a star, ask for the moon. So we should never give up. We should always raise our roof of, of objectives in order to achieve greatness. When we come to artificial intelligence and research, well, artificial and research mainly work to include robotics and decision-making system in all domains. We also tend to deal with this. It is data everywhere. It is a curse and a treasure. So we need to handle this data generation and try to extract what we need as a knowledge, as a valuable knowledge to aid in the development of the quotidian life. Also, we need to cope with this tremendous technological advance and respond to what really human needs. So moving in a timeline of research in AI, well, we can divide our research timeline to 5 eras. Starting by the first era from 1950s to 70s, well, here was to say welcome to AI. Here, artificial intelligence start to have his appearance to the world. Well, the birth of the term AI, the catching the eye of sponsors, funding, where projects of AI start to take really dense funding by sponsors. There were like achievements like general chess solver, the natural language processing. Here they were at that level, they were possible to reach the machine human communication like ELIZA and solving algebra words. But in the next era, that is in 1970s and 80s, the scientific community, like they bumped to the wall of reality. It was the era of the fall of AI. Here, the lack of data and weak technology make the promises made by the scientists hard to be fulfilled. That took off. In that era, the funding project and funders, when the promises were unfulfilled, there was the loss of funding, as well as the interest. They lost the interest of sponsors. The things that were achieved at that level was introducing expert systems. In the next era, it was the resurrection of artificial intelligence, where there was advances in neural networks like CNN and everything, like introducing dynamic memory, like the possibility of chase and register new information. By that, the return of funding, and again, sponsors start to support artificial intelligence projects. Well, the next era, which is the 90s to 2000s, were the major advances in artificial intelligence, like especially in machine learning, where there was a long short-term memory. Also, we had the introduction of support vector machine and random forest as a very powerful machine learning tools in prediction and classification. The big name Jan LeCun created the NIST database. Yet there was the convolutional networks but the lack of data and storage and computational capacity stays an obstacle for the evolution and the explosion of AI. After that, when coming to the 21st century and by this decade, there was another level of artificial intelligence. Here, we noticed the advances in technologies, data storage, high performance processing units. They introducing the term big data, cloud storage, and cloud computing, where by a little amount, a specified amount of money, anyone will be able to do a high intensive and high performance processing. Also, the emergence of AI, particularly in all scientific and life domains, as well as the initiation of big artificial intelligence projects. The fundings here start to be at a high level, like Google Brain, Siri, IBO. Even governments adopted artificial intelligence as a next project. And last and not least, the breakthrough in deep learner that make a big evolution in artificial intelligence field. When we come to do research in artificial intelligence, first we need to ask what field of AI I want to work on. So research area, we can divide it in two main, like it is I'm going to work on software and hardware, or I'm going to work on applied artificial intelligence. Here, when we say software or hardware, like here we are going to introduce new models, algorithms, hardware, for example, like introducing SVM as a new machine learning, as a new powerful machine learning model, or hardware like introducing some kind of new wheels, okay? Well, or we can work on improving in older models, like creating new instances of SVMs or instances of random forest, also in hardware, improving the camera quality, so on. And we have the applied AI. Here, it is to adopt the technologies provided by artificial intelligence to different domains to enhance the researches in those domains. For example, taking bioinformatics, medical research, geology, astronomy. In bioinformatics, for example, if we are working on the genomic data sets are really huge and yield a lot of hidden information biologists can't really discover with traditional methods. So applying AI here may help us to discover biomarkers or molecular instances that may play a key role in patients, for example, therapy, cancer patient therapy, or any mortal disease. Or we can do a combination of the two sides, like combining software and hard like introducing new models for a specified. Moving to the next research area. So what are the research area we can work on when coming to artificial intelligence, starting by machine learning? Well, when to work with an artificial intelligence product, an artificial intelligence needs to be learned. So here we have machine learning, we have supervised and supervised or reinforcement learning. So choosing the learning process to train our model and our artificial intelligence product to make it more human-like. We have also natural language processing. When saying an intelligent machine needs to communicate with a human, and to communicate with a human, you need to understand and to talk and to generate text. So and speeches. So in natural language processing, here we work on speech text for generating speeches and understanding speeches. Also, we have automated planning for example, scuba game and block stacking, scheduling. For a robot need to know when to take a plan to move or when to respond. So we can search in the automated planning too. Intelligent robots, here it is better to have, for example, a real robot with you, like a teacher or a pet. Or so when working on intelligent robots, we need to work on software assistance or physical motion. Like software assistance, we can include machine learning, natural language processing, automated planning, and physical motion manipulation when the robot needs to move its hand or feet or to dance. And we have perception. Perception is a human property. Like an artificial intelligence product need to have the possibility to perceive, like to a computer vision, by seeing vision, not seeing. It is a vision, like to see and understand the scene. Computer addition, hearing speeches and understand it too, as well as machine touch. Also, well, challenges, there is always opportunities and challenges in every science. So when coming to artificial intelligence, here we have a lot of challenges and opportunities on very different levels of starting by challenges, we can say that we have ethical and social challenges. So as a researcher, when you come to work with artificial intelligence, you need to make in mind that you may have ethical and social challenges. I.e. here, what do we mean? Like, we can't intrude human privacy. For example, you can't use data you are not allowed to use. Well, for example, we may face legal and moral issues. Some people will not allow you to use their data set, or some countries are using data set without any legal authorization. You may cause you to some legal questioning. Also, society acceptance. The word is huge, and not all societies are the same. There is some societies with backgrounds that will not allow you to intrude in their their daily life, or even to have machines in their social life. Also, human dignity. Well, when working with AI, we need to put in mind that we are not here to replace the human. For example, we can, by introducing a very sophisticated artificial intelligence that may replace the human power, may be the cause of cutting some common sources of some people, or that would hurt their dignity. Also, the economical challenges, where economical challenges can be summarized in the complexity of models. and technologies that needed to do artificial intelligence. So it may need a lot of budget. So only rich countries and companies are capable to adopt it. So some researchers in some countries that are poor or have a lot of lack of budget will not be able to really do AI as much as needed. Okay, so moving also to computational. Well, machine learning is mainly the backbone of AI, because to have an artificial intelligence, you need to learn, as we mentioned before. So deep learning needs a lot of processing and require powerful, intensive computational tools, which is not. It is a really time consuming and may not be accessible by everyone. Also, the bias. The big problem with artificial intelligence is the data bias. Here, the collected data contains a lot of noises, and the huge data set is the more bias to be faced. So the AI product is as good or as bad as the data is. So researchers need to be very careful with data processing, data collecting, and so on. Moving to the lighting side, well, the opportunities that we may face while handling AI, it is economical. On the economical level, AI may improve economy by improving business, marketing, decision making, customer aids, industry line. Also, healthcare, it aids in medical decisions, medical research, personalized and patient care. As I mentioned before, the bioinformatics example, when health system are moving towards personalized medicine, where every patient had its own way of treatment and handling. So AI may help in such cool. So moving to safety, well, use AI instead of human in life-threatening tasks. So research on such a point is really interesting. Like, why not creating artificial intelligence products that will take the threatening task that may be faced by humans in the daily life, like, for example, exploring bombs or bomb sites or something like that. Well, also complex tasks. It can be yield in the safety thing, like here, complex tasks like using AI to explore places and execute tasks that are impossible or hard to be handled by human or simple technologies. For example, using AI to, for example, explore the deepest points of oceans, or exploring planets, or tasks that are really complex to be achieved by human. They are beyond human physical power. Also in social life, well, we can may face problems with artificial intelligence in social life and society acceptance. We can use really artificial intelligence as a line research in social life for daily aid to children, or for example, for improving their languages, or learning new languages, improving their intelligence, or assisting old people, or like monitoring their health and predicting any risk of or for example cardiac problem. Also, it may be a very good aid to people with special disability, taking in measurement the kids or people with autism, or those who has epileptical episodes. Maybe a robot that will in charge of monitoring their state may be of a good health. Also, it may help in training, teaching, socializing, and everything. Well, not coming to my country and what artificial intelligence and Algerian women. Well, AI is one of the most desired research field in Algeria, even by men or women. Yet, as we mentioned, or a global level, women in AI have that little bit of fear of it. I'm talking about a research level. So yet with that, the number of women engaged in artificial intelligence is increasing in the last years. Well, citing some problems that may be faced and challenges that may be faced for researchers in Algeria, practically women. It may be data issue and resources issue, and maybe the access to data or very high computational resource issue may be very hard, and sometimes like going to have any other scholarship or internship may be a little bit uh, still a taboo for some families or anything, but the ambition and the curiosity of Algerian researchers and women helped overcoming all issues and promote EI research in the country in the last years. So by coming to the end of our presentation, EI is the science of yesterday, today, tomorrow, and the future. The desire of combining machine rapid processing, endurance, and physical endurance, and physical endurance always be the highest goal of scientists. So women are the backbone of the human world. Their existence in such cause is highly demanded, so that all scientists of all fields try to reach an EI that helps human without affecting its dignity, its moral, and mainly without entirely replacing him. Thank you for your attention, and I hope Fouzia is here. Fouzia?
Iman, thank you so much for your presentation. It was a great presentation. You went through the history, the challenge, and the opportunities and what is better way to know about it than from a real experienced person like yourself. If you could just allow me to probably ask you a couple of questions.
Okay, go on.
Okay, thank you.
Okay,
Um,
yes, Fouzia, please.
As a PhD student that has experience in this field of research, you mentioned in your presentation about some challenges that females find in this field. Can you state some of the challenges that you personally experienced?
Actually, what I experienced was not a female-related challenge. It was a challenge that may confront any researcher. As a researcher, I had a little background of artificial intelligence, but it came with time. Yet, as I mentioned in the last point, the problem that we may face here in Algeria is the data access and the research access. But mainly, artificial intelligence community is very huge, and if you want to learn, you can do it.
So it's really great to hear that there's no female related to problems. So all the problems they are shared between the two genders. That's really great to hear. You mentioned it also that there is a kind of a taboo of exchange. Can you please walk us through more details about that?
Well, actually, for example, not all families will accept to let their daughter to go overboard, or that's the problem that may face Algerian women when it comes to artificial intelligence or any research field. Yet it is really overcome in the last years. The example is you and me and lots of girls that really took the step in artificial intelligence on any research domain.
Great. And do you see that there's this opportunities for more researchers to go abroad and try to exchange their, to extend their experience in the research field?
Actually, it is not to go board, but it is that exchange of knowledge that will really help in expand the experience of any researcher. That's what I mean. Like if like going abroad will help you to like this. We have taken a global summit, taking a global knowledge exchange. For example, taking artificial intelligence. Artificial intelligence, it is something that mimic the human. We can't stay in one closed society and want to create an AI product that can fit everyone and that can really imitate and mimic the human. That's why researchers in that field really need to have a global idea exchange.
I see. That's really good point of view. And thank you so much, Iman, again for your time. It was really nice having you here to be part of this event. And to wrap up the, you're welcome. Thank you. And to wrap up the discussion, I would gladly like to say that the aim of this session was successfully accomplished. Having a feedback from such young and passionate passionate ladies like Yasmine and Imene gives us a great hope about the embracing women in the field of artificial intelligence. I'm also happy to know that women in my country, they are not facing as much troubles just by being a female. So the problems shared between the two genders are equally. I hope by the near future we will see the projects that Yasmine mentioned that come into existence, and I really hope a good luck for you, Iman, in your research field. And see you, Doctor. Thank you so much again. And by this, I would like to end the session. Thank you.